If you want to learn how to make gorgeous photo letters with your holiday pictures in Cricut Design Space, then keep watching because I'm going to show you how it's done. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm the crafter and designer behind this channel, and I'm here to help you get the best of your cutting machines and become your own designer. And today we are making photo letters. So we're making these in Cricut Design Space. These are with my photos from my last holiday. Now I have got another photo tutorial, and that is for existing photos. So if you've printed off old family photos, then you can make photo letters with that. And I show you how to line it up so that you can put them on your cutting mat and cut them to the shape of your letters. I'll drop the link to that below, but this one is uploading the letters to Cricut Design Space and creating the photo letters in Design Space. This is part of a bigger project. So the aim is that we're going to make a full scrapbooking layout, but I didn't want to make it in one because I know that not everybody wants the scrapbook. You might just want the letters. So this week or today I am making the photo letters. In my next video, keep an eye out for that because I'm going to show you how to make travel stamps to add to your scrapbooking layouts. Then the one after, I'm going to build the layout, and that will be building the layout with all of the elements, the stamps and the photo letters. Plus we're going to add some photos too. Okay, so what will you need? Well, you're going to need a printer. So I've got a HP printer. I'll drop the link below for that. So this is a colour print taken off my printer. You will also need either some A4 printable photo paper, but this is my little hack. I use sticker paper, and you can see there. I cut it straight through. I don't kiss cut it because you do not want to kiss cut. It's a nightmare trying to apply them. I can peel off at this stage once they're made and use them, but while I'm assembling, I want them all the way through. This is a much cheaper alternative to use glossy photo paper, and they've come out really, really well. You're also going to need some cardstock to do your surrounds of your letters. So if you follow me, you'll know I've used glitter, but you don't have to use glitter. Cardstock, Cosmic Shimmer acrylic glue or whatever glue you use, and a Cricut Maker, Explore or Joy Xtra. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head over to Cricut Design Space, and I'm going to show you how it's done. I'll see you there. Start by uploading your photos to Cricut Design Space. So it's like uploading any other file. So you're going to click upload, go to the folder that you want to add and choose your photos. Once you've done that, you can click continue, then click apply and continue, choose a flat graphic, click continue, then click upload. And it's just like uploading any other print and cut image. And you can see here that I've got this one in my design space. I've got some more that are pre-uploaded. So I'm going to select those. Even though I'm making Rome, I'm giving myself 5 photo options just so that I can see what works. So apply and continue and upload into Design Space, and there they are. So I'm just going to pop those all in one corner, get rid of the sidebar, and I'm going to go and add some text. So click on your text box and I'm going to type Rome. So once I've done that, I want to change the font. So I'm going to go up to the font box where it says Cricut Sans and load the sidebar. So you've got options here. You've got the Cricut fonts, system, and then you've got bookmarked if there's some that you've bookmarked or any recents. So I want to have quite a solid font, and I find that Arial Black works really well for this. So I'm going to type it in, then I'm going to ungroup it. I'm just going to select it all and make it bigger because I find that making offsets works when everything's a little bit bigger. So I don't know if you noticed on the last offset, but moving everything at the moment is a nightmare, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So we're going to click on the letter and go to format. No, we're not. We're going to go to 5 more there, effects, and we want offset. Finding stuff is really hard again. So we're going to just drag the slider, and you can change this because you can have more offsets, but I'm going to click apply, right click, and I'm going to slice out. And when I've sliced out, there is my letter. So I've got my first letter. I'm going to do the same with the O. So go to more, effects, offset, apply, select all, and slice. I think when Cricut thinks everyone's complained about the sidebar, it was the sidebar for the editing. But for me, it's the sidebar that gives you all the stuff that you don't want, all the options of buying stuff. So now I'm going to go to my M. Again, more, effects, offset, apply, select all, click slice, and slice it out. And you can see that just moving stuff, you can't move it, but I'll show you, I think I've got round it. So effects, just make this last one, And I'm just putting them in other places because I can't at the moment move them around. There you go. So what I've noticed is when you click on something for the first time, you can move it, but then you can't. So you've got to click off it and click back on it. So when you click on it there, it's going to move. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Then when I've moved it, I can't move it again. So click off it and click on it. What I'm going to do now is drag my letter in. So I'm going to just drag my photo, drag it down. And I want to see where it fits within my letter R, because I want to see the staircase. This is the staircase in the Vatican Museum, and it blew me away. So I want to make sure I've got that. So now I'm going to duplicate my R. Please excuse the snoring French bulldog. She's on form today in the background. So I'm going to move one of them away. Such a faff. It's driving me mad. Click off it, click on it. It just doesn't want you to move stuff and design, I don't think. So I'm going to just hide that. So I've just clicked on the eye and hid it. So I'm going to hover my photo under the R, get it exactly where I want it. And then I'm going to go to the R, just click on it in the sidebar. At the moment, it's easier. Click on contour, remove the contours, but open the middle of the R and click apply. And then right click and slice. And what I've done there is I've sliced the back out of the bottom. And now I've got my first part of my photo letter. Then I'm going to go back to the R and move it and hover it over so that it's behind it. Then you can drag it to the front or drag the photo to the back, whatever way. And we've got our first letter. So now head up to the colour picker and just change the colour to whatever colour you're going to cut in so you can see how it looks. So now I'm going to go into my letter O. So I'm using the Trevi Fountain for this one. And I'm just going to hover it so that I've got part of the fountain. I want to be able to see the statue in the middle. And once you're happy, again, with your positioning, and it's just the more you do this, the easier it becomes. It becomes second nature just to do it. I'm going to duplicate my O. And again, it's making it hard to move, so click on there. Once I've done that, I'm then going to go into the sidebar to make sure I've selected the right O, go to the contour tool, and remove the contours. She really is snoring, but there's nothing I can do. So now select all and slice that out. And then what we're going to do is remove all of the debris, and we have got our photo letter. So yeah, easier said than done today. Move that back up there. I don't know if it's just the letters, but I'm going to move that, hover that over there, go up and click on white to make it white, and we've got the first two letters. So I'm going to try and select those. No. It's like click off, click back on, and they move. It's just a Cricut like to challenge us some days, don't they? So I've done the last two letters, and you didn't need to do that again. It's just repeating the same process. I'm going to just select all and try to size them before I send them to print and cut. So you'll notice in the sidebar, Cricut is telling us that the quality is not good. Ignore it. It's fine. You'll see at the end of the project. So it's just about getting your size in to fit onto your cardstock. So I'm just dragging them slightly there, and then I can send them to print and cut. So I've sent them to print and cut, and you can see here that they're not all on one piece of cardstock or sticker paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel them. I'm just going to drag them slightly smaller, but ever so slightly, because I know we're not far off fitting on one sheet. Now at this stage you can arrange them before you send them, but this is another way of doing it. So they're on two mats. You're going to click on one of the mats and click on the three dots in the corner. I'll show you again. Click on the three dots, move object, and move it all to one mat. Now when you go to that mat, it doesn't arrange them. You've got to arrange them yourself, but I know they're going to fit. So I'm just going to drag my M down, but you can flip. So I'm going to just flip. I'll rotate my R, pull it along to the right. It doesn't, if it flicks back, it's because it thinks something's in the way, and then drag it. Then I can move my M down, and now we're all on one sheet. And that is the best way to fit them on. If you think they're going to fit on, then do that and they will fit on, and that saves material wastage. So now we can continue and send to printer. So when you send to your printer, what is really important is that you use your system settings. So I am first of all going to choose the right printer, use system settings, and I'm turning off bleed. I don't like it. Then when you go onto media and quality, you can choose best quality, and this is how you're going to get the best photos, and you're going to send it to your printer. Once it's printed, I'm just using medium cardstock setting because I want to cut it through, so I don't need a sticker setting. And we're printing off our letters. I've used the glossy sticker paper, which for me works just as well as photo paper. I didn't have the photo paper, but I have a lot of sticker paper in. So I just cut it on that and do it on a thicker setting because I don't want it to cut as a sticker. And there you go. You can see the quality they're coming through at. They're great. So I'll just knit that round. I just want to look at the steps, and I'm thrilled with that. So now we're going to cut them out. What's really important here is making sure that they go on your mat the same way that they are in your maker. So the O is at the top because it's cutting from memory. It's reading the lines and cutting from memory and not cutting the actual pattern. So once you've done that, I'm just going to use my brayer, and there they are. So now we're going to put that through the maker and cut those out. And as you can see, I've set this on a card setting rather than a sticker setting because I want it to cut right through. I didn't want to kiss cut it because stickers are a nightmare to work with as a photo, but if you just use it as a photo with the backing on, it is a lot thinner than the photos, but they do come out really, really well. And just let's have a quick look. Yeah, they've cut out perfectly. So we're going to take those off, weed those off, and then we're going to put a glitter card on for the next stage. So cut the glitter card stock out. I used A4 glitter cards, so I positioned them on my mat to make sure that they all fit on, and I'm just reverse weeding it. So to reverse weed it, you just flip it over backwards. You can't bend it in half because it will snap the mat, but if you just gently weed it, you can use your hook to peel files and SVGs off of your mat, and by doing it that way there's less warp and bend in the cardstock. So once I've got all those off, we can start building our letters. What I am going to do is I'm going to keep the inside, so we've got the middle of the letters, so I've actually got a Rome in solid letters as well. I'm going to keep that. I may use it in my scrapbook layer, I may not, but if you're making a scrapbook layer, then it's worth keeping bits like that so that you can use them. So once everything's all cut out, what you've got to remember is to keep the middle of your letters because you will use those on your photo letters. So on the outlines, if you've got like an O or an R, there is an inside as well. So keep that to one side. We're going to start building them. I have fast forwarded this because you don't need me to go slow. I'm going to build them all and chat as I go along. So what I'm doing is using glue on the outside, but you've got to use it quite sparingly because what you don't want is that there's too much glue and it oversticks so that you get glue everywhere on your file. So there's a bit of glue there. I'm just really gently wiping it away so that it's there, it's enough to stick, but it's not going to go all over my photo because obviously you've got a photo on here that you don't want to smudge. So again, I'm putting the middle of my letter on there, and I think it's really important to save the middles of the letters because they finish off your photo letter. Of course, you don't have to add an overlay at all, but I really like to do this just to finish them off. So we're just doing our E now, and I've got my Vatican Museum ticket up there, if you can see that in the corner. So that's going to go on my scrapbook layer too. And then I'm going to put a few photos of myself and Chris, my hubby, on so that I can share our memories of the day. But for this, I wanted to put some monuments or places we visited just so that I've got those places there as well. And there you go, easy photo letters that you can make for any occasion, and they look great. And how did you get on with that? What did you use to make your photos? So these are great for holiday photos, for scrapbooking layouts. I'd really actually quite like to mount these in a frame and put them in my hallway. So I might actually do another set and do that. And I may do a tutorial for that, for how to make photo letter art and frame it. But you can also use them for birthday cards. So you could put the letter of somebody's name and put a picture of them in it, or you could do ages for 18th, 21st, and they will make great cards with photos in them as well. And it's just so easy to do. So please do let me know in the comments how you got on, what travel photos you made, if you did, or if you went for an age or something, what did you use? It's actually great for all of the ages scrapbooking pages as well, because you could just do 2 giant letters and that would work really, really well. So let me know what you did or what you plan to do. I'll drop the link, as I said, for the other tutorial for making the photo letters with existing photos, because it's a slightly different procedure. Thank you so much for watching and crafting along with me. Keep your eye out for the travel stamps, they're coming soon. I will see you next time, and happy crafting.